Alrighty. Here we are. It is Monday, Jamuary the 15th. Things look a little darker tonight than usual. Oh well, that's the way it goes. I've been fooling with lights and things in the studio. Actually got a whole lot done in here. And yesterday and today, or over the weekend. And lots of cleanup going on. And let's see. The wall behind me that you can't really see, that I've been reluctant to show anybody. I got a lot of work done over there. A lot of stuff cleaned up. There are still a few things to put away. There's a few empty boxes, a couple of power strips and stuff like that. But by and large, that area is done. Obviously, there's a gaping hole where a CD player ought to be. The one that I had for in there caught fire. Yes, quite literally caught fire inside. So it went away. The joys of vintage electronics. So anyway, that's that. A whole lot of space cleaned up. The table over here to my right is still a disaster. That'll be next, hopefully by the end of before the end of the month. That'll be back to being a usable space. The area over here behind the analog synths, that's all cleaned out, and I can walk back there without tripping over stuff. So it's been a busy couple of days here, but exciting progress. This place is going to be usable soon, so. Just get to decide whether or not it's going to maintain the disaster room moniker. Probably will. It's a fun name. So did some stuff with sounds, new sounds. You can hear the bed is a lot more alive than it was last. Still Hive now, though. But I did go into Hive and play with some modulation, mess with the modulation matrix on this sound. So what basically the biggest thing that I'm doing to make the sound more interesting and change a lot, if you can see my mouse, basically I've got a couple of different things modulating the wavetable and position. It's a combination of a random and a shape, and the shape is modulating the rate of the random, both the rate and the spread of the random. So that's led to some really interesting things coming out of Hive. And then the other stuff I still have. Let's see, did I do an effect behind that? No, I don't think I did. Let's see, no. And then we've got Crude going again. I did some changes to the MS-20 filter, just some minor stuff, and I made that whole bed thing a little more interesting. Other than that, most everything in the most everything is the same, I think. Yep, everything else is pretty much what it was. So, a couple new minorly modified patches in the on the Take 5 and the Polybrute. So that's about it for now. I guess I'll go ahead and set up a mix and make some music. Good evening, Luke. It's going to be a spacey music night. And I'll circle back around a little later to what's new in the patches. Yeah, I'll go back through that again in a moment, Luke. All right, so instrumentation, a lot of the same as last night, like I said, but just with a bunch of tweaks. We did that background swirly pad thing that's going on is actually in Hive now, and so I basically it's a real simple patch mostly, at least as far as patches in Hive go. It's a modification of a preset, and really what I've done to the preset is I'm just modulating the heck out of the wavetable, and basically hitting it with a looping shape, and using the looping shape to also modulate a random rate and random depth. So it's sliding all over the wavetable. So which you can see a little bit there in oscillator 1 window. So that's that. The other weirdo noise going on, and so that sounds by itself like this. It's almost an ambient track in itself. Also got crude going again. I've changed again the MS-20 filter that I'm using behind that, and it's getting the MS-20 filter is getting some modulation going on internally. I do this. There's the under the hood of this Native Instruments MS-20 filter plugin. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on that I can fine tune it with, not just the knobs on the front panel, which is nice. So there's a lot of modulation going on there, sweeps and whatnot. And let's put that back there. And I have a hard time describing and telling people how this thing works, because I don't fully understand it myself. See the advanced pullout on the MS-20. Didn't realize UHE had NKS mappings. No, it does. A lot of the UHE stuff is NKS compatible. That's one of the reasons that I'm buying have bought a bunch of their stuff. Not everything does, and not everything does it real well, but it's there. Like if we go back to Hive and give you the down shot here. Actually, let me tighten it up first so I'm not doing some weirdo. Oops, knocked the focus out. Good job, Garen. There we go. So there's mappings there. But you really have to know what they are. This one's not got the new NKS2 mappings, so there are 16 pages of everything. I mean, there's knob after knob after knob, just like in Hive. But it's all there. It's all named, and so this could be the thing with a lot of the UHE stuff is it's both NKS and MIDI 2 now. So. And this controller can kind of seamlessly go back and forth between NKS2, and MIDI 2. So basically, if it's modern, it's going to map over to this thing pretty much automatically. And the other trick is that in order for this to work, if it's not an NKS2, it has to be wrapped in the complete control wrapper. But that, that works fine. It doesn't seem to eat a whole lot of horsepower. And as long as I don't try and put anything in it that's not NKS compatible and not too far off the wall, it's pretty stable. So in the filter, in the MS-20 filter, there is the advanced, and that's going to be under the. So that's some of the stuff that's under the hood. There's modulation and step sequencer and an envelope follower, which I'm not using the envelope follower, but the step sequencer is running in this sort of. It's doing some, as you can see, it's stepping through. But that's not what caused that sweep. That sweep was in Hive. So that's that. And let's see. Anything behind that? No, nothing else on that track. Interesting. That's not good. There we go. This had a network error in the house, which is always unsettling when you're trying to do a live stream. So this is still over here. This is still the Polyplex. It's just, banging some drums. The drums are in Stepic. Nothing real fancy there. Over here I've got the Spark thing. I've modified the patch ever so slightly, but this is a pretty neat patch. It does run away sometimes though, which is kind of interesting. Or annoying, depending on how you want to look at it. I think Luke, I think the network error was just limited to the house. One of the iPads lost contact with the switcher, so. Which isn't a big deal, although, right now I don't have my main graphic in the still store. And beyond this, everything else is really exactly what it was last night. I've got the same bass thing going on in the in modular icons. I did monkey with the sequence a little bit that's going in Stepic. Get it a little bit out of the way of some of the other stuff. I was finding that in that upper low or and there was a lot of stuff blocking up and getting kind of muddy. So I wanted to get away from that. I did also, as I said, for those who are watching the second iteration of the run through, got a lot of work done in the studio, which I'm really pretty happy with. I changed the camera 3 shot. It's wider. It's wider now. This camera, though, I noticed. I did notice, and I knew it was not a great camera because it's an old iPhone. But there were some comments about video looking noise and the video being noisy and grainy, and I'm wondering if you look down in the lower left of the screen right now, I am pretty certain that it looks like garbage down there. And so I'm wondering if some of the noise that folks were seeing is actually coming from this camera, because it does need to be. It needs to go when I can. That'll be one of the next things. And then I did a bunch of work where we were talking about the on the Discord. I was talking about the trips to the blue and yellow store to buy shelving accessories, and got a bunch of stuff put away. The wall that I wouldn't show before, the wall behind me that I would make myself as big as possible to hide, now looks like this. And I kind of improved the camera setup back there, although there are still some zip ties holding things together until I get a better camera. A couple things still to go. I didn't have time to get left the power strip sitting on the floor, stuff like that. But pretty vast improvement over there. I'm really happy about the way the studio's coming together. Yes, you left that box of tissues out. Oh my. That box of tissues were out for a couple days, wasn't it? I can't remember. So anyway, yes, and we're getting the cold and snow here today. I was out and got a little bit triggered earlier. You needed 2 of them. So yeah, we're actually getting snow here now. So my project for the morning, I'm sure, will be shoveling, which will not make my disposition what it could be, but that's the way it goes. It's we get what we get. Today has been an interesting day of visiting, talking with lawyers, or emailing with lawyers, and visiting with accountants and all. So that front is moving along. I may start hiding randomly. Okay. Oh yeah. Where's Waldo's what? Yeah, I think it's going to go. I'm on the business venture. My wife and I were talking about it a little bit today, and she was on a chat with a friend of hers and we were talking about the whole thing. And my big thing is that I have no clue about running a business. I'm flat out. As far as dealing with the business, the parts of it, like dealing with customers and designing the systems and the implementations and the mechanics of doing all that part of it, the mechanics of ordering stuff and billing, I get. The rest of running a business is an absolute mystery to me. But I had a really good meeting with an accountant today, and the nice thing is that a good accountant will handle most of that, and I mean, charges money for it, obviously, but a good accountant will take care of most of the things that you need to worry about. So I feel a little bit better about that, although that's a monthly expense to him to take care of those things. But that's just the way these go. I guess it's business. And one of the things about this particular company is that no one has ever run the business. And it's always been a little bit seat of the pants, and so it concerns me a little bit. But we'll see what happens. If I should at least be able to keep the electric paid for a little while, so we'll see what happens. Let's see what else is new around here. And thanks, Luke, for the well wish. It'll be okay. I'm just I'm very nervous about it. That's all. So we'll see how it goes. As we say, actually within the company, we say it'll be fine. Damn it. So anyway, back on the music front. The area over here the digital area where the wave state and the op6 are now, that's still a disaster. That's the one section that's not done yet. But what I think I'm going to set up there, I'm going to bring the live looping section back and bring that gear, get that all set up over there. And the new camera support for the camera behind me can swing over and cover that area from the backside fairly well. And then this camera can be moved over, just swing on its arm. I don't have a down shot for there yet, and there's no face shot, but that's okay. For the way the looping stuff went before, I don't know that I necessarily need have to have the face shot. That it'll be what it'll be, and I'm looking forward to it. It's just, everything in the room is finally coming together. So there's that. All right, so I'm going to make some more music. Let's bring this guy back in. Got a whole very, very effective use of a polybrute there. More music indeed. Well, all right. That was some fun. Nice and chill. Yeah. All right. I think I've been at this for a while. Had some fun. Probably gonna call it a night, though. It's late, a little later start tonight. So let's see how that went. I'll be trying the 9 o'clock slot, Eastern, U.S. Eastern time this week, and see how that goes. What the heck? Always try something, you know? Anyway, okie dokie. Well, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. Those who are watching in the replay, thanks for that. Comments below. See you in the Discords. All the stuff. Like, subscribe, visit my website. All the things. And sure enough, Luke, we will see you. I'll see you probably tomorrow on the Discords. Everyone have a good night, good day, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. We'll see you around.